fans out there too. I don't know.
It's getting
the loading
down to the
screen
wire,
starting.
man. The loading screen has started once again. If Stephano loses this game, he can't reclaim a back-to-back title. And the map once again is Metropolis, and it looks like the players have loaded up. Let's take it away, Doa.
All right, guys. Well, here we go. Down at the 6 o'clock position on Metropolis is our blue Terran player representing the team Slayers, trying to make his way forward in this tournament. It is MMA. And up at the top of the map, in the pink from the team Millennium, facing elimination. Can he win a game and stay alive? It is Millennium Stephano.
Wow, a lot of fans for both players here, Doa. This is such an intense match. They're playing for so much money. Remember, it's $40,000 for first place, and they're almost there, man. They're in the top 8. Only 2 players have been eliminated, so essentially now there's only 6 players left.
Yeah, and both of these guys, so good, so talented. This is just the high level of skill we have in this tournament where we're seeing if MMA or Stephano is going to be eliminated in the lower bracket. Like, what tournament has that? That's insane. So MMA looks like he's going to put his barracks at the normal place this time around, not going to try to hide that, fake out Stephano. Didn't seem like it really affected him last time, so he's just going to play it safe. I wonder if we're going to see MMA wall off a little bit early, maybe even try a little bit of one base aggression here. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see, man. MMA is known to really differentiate his play style. He can play according to however he feels, really. He can go for, like we said, the mass drop. He can go blue flame Hellion. He can just go all out mech as well. I've seen a couple of games where MMA did that. Stephano, being the Zerg, has to be able to react to what he sees. Last game, he was dropped at multiple locations, and the stress really kind of got to him, and he wasn't able to keep up against MMA. We'll see what happens in game 2, though.
A little bit of harassment being done by that drone from Stephano. MMA needing to pull another SCV to defend. That's pretty normal. Everybody, even like Silver League, is used to doing something like that. But always good to do as a Zerg player, you know, put a little bit of pressure on those SCVs, even though all they're trying to do is build buildings, man. I mean, I never got. Why can't you just let the SCVs do their jobs?
Well, you know what? The other thing, too, as Zerg is, while we don't hate the SCVs or anything, we just want to get in there and find out what's going on in the base, make sure that he's not going for 2 barracks.
Drones and probes, man.
Crazy.
Jerks. SCVs just trying to do their thing. So Stephano, you know, I talked to him back at our South by Southwest show match. I said, how do you decide to do what you do during each game? And he said, I literally don't have build orders. I don't have any plans. I just get into the game. I try to see what my opponent is doing, and I try to react to it. So Stephano, like the true Zerg, you know, not really having any plan going into it. It's so counterintuitive to what you hear everyone else say. Everyone else says, you need to have a plan, you need to have a plan. Stephano just openly saying, hey, I just play the game. I just go with the flow, Yeah,
well, that's kind of the mantra if you play Zerg as well. You do have to react to a lot of things that are happening, especially in Zerg versus Terran. We'll see what happens here. There is 2 gases coming up for MMA right now. Similar openings from what he did last game. He could go right away into that starport in order to harass right away with the drops and, of course, healing his army. And now he's adding on that factory, so he's teching up fairly quickly.
Yeah, now this is a map, too, that you generally do see games go a little bit later here. Stephano keeping 1 guy on gas just for now. But the way that the natural expansions are laid out, it's fairly easy to kind of stay defensive early on and just kind of get things going very easily on 2 bases. The 3rd base is a little bit awkward. It's around the corner a little bit. You can open up a path by going through some destructible rocks, but it does present a few challenges here. So once again, we're really going to see it come down to the 3rd base. Who can control the opponent's 3rd base better? That's going to have a huge impact on who takes the game.
Yeah, this map is extremely prone as well for Zergling harass at the 3rd. So there's so many ways, as you said before, to harass that 3rd expansion. Keep your eye out for when this game goes into the macro phase. By the way, we do have a starport on the way for MMA as expected, and he's going to probably get that with the tech lab that the barracks is building, and then potentially go for a Banshee.
It certainly looks like it may even be cloaked Banshees from Slayers MMA. He's already saved up quite a bit of gas, so unless he's planning on doing like medevacs and some sort of really fast stem or something like that, I'd say it's a very good chance we're going to see cloaked Banshees in this game. Evo Chamber going up already for Stephano. He is psychic. It's like he knows that there's this chance that Slayers MMA might go for the Cloak Banshees here, just playing it really, really safe. That actually could be the reason here. I mean, a lot of players for a long time were getting that early Evo Chamber, whether they needed it or not. and Stephano making a good call here, actually going for 2 Evo chambers, so it's going to be for those really fast upgrades as well.
Yeah, that's what I expected from Stephano. He's the kind of player that really likes to get the Evo chambers down to get +1/+1 right away, but you made a good point. Having the Evo chamber out there will allow him to get spore crawlers if the need arises, and of course it will, because there is Cloak and Banshee coming out. Now, I will say that this Banshee coming from MMA has got to do a good amount of damage, and I always say about 10 drones is the line where you say, okay, that Banshee and that Cloak upgrade, okay, that's worth it.
Yeah, it's somewhere around like the 6 to 10 drone mark where a lot of people will tell you that that was okay, you know, but it's really good if you can keep it alive and keep coming back throughout the game here. And Stephano going for a Baneling nest, as we can see, making some Zerglings as well, so deviating actually just a little bit from what we saw last time.
Interesting.
And will MMA scout this? That's the question here. We haven't had any scans go down for him quite yet. Scans actually not too common in TVZ these days. They usually try to run in maybe with a Hellion or 2.
Yeah, it's a cheaper way to scout. You don't have to burn 270 minerals, which is what a scan costs, because you can, of course, meal. But that's very interesting that Stephano's going for a Baneling nest here. That is not his usual style, but he can definitely utilize them against the Marines of MMA very efficiently as well. Meanwhile, back in MMA's main, he is adding on another barracks with the reactor, certainly going to be switching back down into the bio that he is so famous for.
Yeah, now here's kind of a big thing to note. MMA is actually kind of saving up these Banshees. He's not moving in right away with them. He's kind of waiting a little bit, wants to maybe catch Stephano off his guard a little bit, make him think, okay, maybe it wasn't Banshees after all, then come in with potentially like 3 of them,
but
do a lot.
At the natural right now, so there's an opening here for MMA to get some drone kills at the natural. If he goes to the main, that will be denied. There may be a couple of drones he can pick off at the edge. That Spore Crawler is detecting the Cloak, and it doesn't, there is no Spore Crawler yet at the natural, so there is an opportunity here for MMA to get some damage done.
Well, yeah, I mean, we see the damage being done already, killing off drones and denying so much mining time. Very quick reaction by Stephano, though, getting that Overseer out almost as soon as he possibly could. One of those Banshees is very low on health, but look at that. 11 workers killed so far for MMA. That makes it 46 SCVs to just 44 drones. If you can stay on even on workers as a Terran player against a Zerg player, you are in a great spot.
Yeah, MMA doing a decent job there. He killed off about 11 drones total, and that is going to set the Zerg Stephano behind a little bit, but Stephano should be able to recover once he gets his third hatchery up, and that is assuming he can. Rocks are blocking his reinforcements. I think he might.
He doesn't cancel it.
Oh,
man.
And now he's bringing the Queens in. He might be able to transfuse the hatchery. Yes, he will.
One transfuse.
He keeps the hatchery alive.
And the hatchery goes down, though. That is big. MMA losing a Banshee, but it is okay because he killed off that third base of Stephano. Stephano thinking he could get there in time, thinking he could transfuse it, just didn't work out that time. And now Stephano has a tiny, well, he actually doesn't anymore. Now MMA with the supply lead, but things already a little bit dire here for Stephano. He's going to need to make sure that every fungal growth that comes out from his infestors that are on the way is just absolutely perfect.
Losing that hatchery is going to set Stephano so far back, considering already that he got the hatchery pretty lately compared to what he usually gets his hatchery at, around the 6 to 7 minute mark. That's when he gets his third. This time he lost it. He's still on 2 bases. He's double expanding to make up for the fact that he's behind right now in economy. That is the right decision, but this is a Ninja hatchery, and it's not too far away from a medevac drop lane.
Well, that's a brilliant place to put it, though, just because it's something that MMA may not scout. You know, I mean, he needs to take these risks at this point in the game. You see so many games where it comes down to a player taking risks to get back to that even position against their opponent. Sometimes it does work out, though, so Stephano doing everything he possibly can here, going for a very, very fast hive as well. Interesting.
So not only is he trying to double expand, but he's also trying to quickly tech up to hive. He's going to try to get 2 advantages here to really make up for the fact that he lost his hatchery. But MMA is applying a little bit of pressure right now. He's got quite the squadron of Marines and Banshees. He can break down these rocks very quickly. He's already got 2 Banshees on the hatchery. And fungal growth comes down. It should be able to save this hatchery from the Banshee harass.
He misses with another fungal growth. Stephano, his infestors don't have the energy for it. The Queens have to take over. Nice transfuse, keeping that infestor alive. Every infestor is just vital for Stephano right now.
Yeah, but MMA still has some Marines outside this location. He's also got a drop party at the main as well. These Banelings unable to hit their mark. Brilliant micro by MMA, just spreading it out just enough. And, of course, the Banelings came off creep. They're not fast enough. The medevac drop inside the main, meanwhile, looks like it was handled by the Infestors.
Yeah, you know, I feel like Stephano wants to go Ultralisks very fast in this game. He hasn't started Aspire yet, even though his Hive is done, and there it is, the Ultralisk Cavern from Stephano, kind of counting, hopefully, on the fact for him that he can get some good fungals, get the Ultras in there, take advantage of the fact that MMA does not have siege tanks yet. Well, he has one, but doesn't have that big siege tank count that really makes it difficult for Infestors to get in there and do damage here. So Stephano doing everything he can once again. He's got a chance still.
I don't even know how he's going to afford Ultras. It's going to be pretty tough,
that's
man.
The thing.
His gas is extremely starved right now. He's going to have to get the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th geysers up immediately, start to save up that gas and pump as many Ultras as he can once the cavern finishes, because right now he is on the back foot. MMA could potentially drop behind the 3rd as well.
Man,
Here
MMA
we go.
Doing such a good job of pulling Stephano's units to the front with his army, then dropping in the back of the base. Stephano doesn't have anything to respond with quite yet. Loses a little bit of mining time, doesn't lose a whole lot of drones. MMA, man, he is so good at getting his opponent right where he wants them. Brilliant play by MMA. Look at that, adrenal glands and more upgrades on the way for Stephano. But like you said earlier, HD, so hard to afford that on the amount of income that Stephano has right now.
Well, he invested all of his gas into upgrades, 4 upgrades going up at once, so he can't really get Ultras yet. Yeah, he found the hatchery over to the left. He's also dropping behind the base at the same time, and it looks like the Zerglings are not in the best position to engage, but the amount of Zerglings will be able to push away. Meanwhile, the hatchery goes down. Stephano in so much trouble right now. Can he hang on?
MMA playing at his MMA best right now, dropping in multiple places at once, being all over on the map. This is how he was able to take down players like Dong Regu. This is how he plans to take down Stephano. Stephano clearly on the ropes right now, down 50 supply. He's going to need to win a huge army engagement to get back in this game, force MMA to play passive. It's looking so grim right now for Stephano. He's going to need to play the next couple minutes of this game absolutely perfectly if he wants to force a game 3.
He's also going to hope that his opponent makes some mistakes like this. He's going to be able to catch a couple of those Marines. A slight victory, every little bit helps. And right now what Stephano needs to do is slowly, incrementally get back in this game. Small victories here, small victories there, and then hope that his opponent continues to make mistakes.
Well, here we go, another drop from MMA. The Marine positioning always so good, dropping in the best place possible, making Stephano use the most Zerglings. Oh no! A couple of the Lings and Banelings being caught by those siege tanks. And, you know, the siege tank count is growing for MMA. He's up to 6 right now. He's making 2 at once. Those Ultralisks are starting to look like a little bit worse choice. Here we go!
He's coming in with all the Zerglings and the Ultras. He catches the tanks out of
Stephano.
position. Not bad, but he's running out of... Oh, he got, again, a fungal growth on the Marines. Nice job by Stephano, and he's going to be able to clean up this army.
Stephano winning a convincing victory.
But
more drops coming in.
There's a drop behind the 3rd Doa, and can he get his units back here in time to save it before he loses more workers?
Oh, that Queen's so low. Stephano needs every larva inject he can right now, but that was a good start. It maybe possibly come back for Stephano. He needed to win that big engagement, force MMA back a little bit, get some breathing room here.
That was the little small incremental advantage that I was talking about. Every little battle he wins is how he's going to get back into it. Now his Ultralist count is looking quite menacing. He's got about 6 Ultras on the field, and the response from MMA here is Ghost. He's not going for Marauders. While he has barracks with Tech Labs, he should be getting a bunch of Marauders right now. Instead, he went for Ghost. He's feeling like he can take out the Infestors with that, but Ghost, they're pretty good against Ultras, but I would prefer, you know, for him to get some Marauders out.
Well, even though we are in kind of a lower base situation than we usually see, we're still in that kind of late game situation here as we see MMA trying to drop a little bit more, not going to do a whole lot there. But Marauders work well, but we still see Terran players kind of trying to figure out what to do. You know, do they go for lots of Marauders? Do they try to go for a mix of Ghosts and Marauders? These drops for MMA, causing a cancel on that 4th base.
Oh, nice
the
cancel.
drops, though, in the main and the natural haven't really done a whole lot for MMA.
Yeah, I gotta say, Stephano is looking like he's getting back into it right now. He's still behind. There is a nuclear missile in production.
Oh, man, MMA.
Oh, man. That could get serious here. MMA might just be feeling so confident now. He thinks he can nuke his way to a victory. Stephano certainly still on the back foot, man. He hasn't been able, this is the problem, he hasn't been able to secure a fourth kill.
Well, MMA's plan here, too, is to take advantage of that by he's making 2 more Ghost Academies. He's going to have a lot of nukes. He's going to be nuking everywhere out on the map at once. Force Stephano to be everywhere he wants Stephano to be. Try to just overwhelm him.
Those ghosts certainly starting to make a lot more sense now. It was because he wanted to get some nuclear missiles. So
with
very
those multiple Ghost Academies,
Cute by MMA. It looks like Stephano once again trying to reclaim that pocket hatchery that was the ninja location. And here comes those ghosts, man. They're moving out. They are nuclear armed. They've got the little pocket nuclear missile gun ready to go, man.
Indeed. Has he gotten cloaked for his ghost yet? Yes, he has as well. So he does have the ability to make Stephano need detection to see this ghost. And wow, big drop by MMA, attempted in the main, but didn't quite work out. Here comes this ghost cloaking at the very last second, scanning, and there's the nuke for MMA. There it goes.
Nuclear missile number 1 on the way. Does Stephano see it or not? He's making an overseer.
He sees it. He knows where it is.
There. He's going to hide his army. He's not going to let himself get nuked. He's running back into the main here to deal with the triple medevac drop. Nuke lands, pretty much whiffs anything of importance. And Stephano dodges a huge blow there.
Yeah, no kidding. But now he's going to need to worry about drops. He's going to need to worry about pushes. He's going to need to worry about nukes. You can see how MMA is just trying to overwhelm him. Oh, no!
He just got nuked! He just got nuked!
I can't believe it. That second nuke so brilliant by MMA, taking Stephano unawares. Here comes another one. The Ultra's all at half health right now. And Stephano needs to move those drones.
Can he run the drones away in time? He will. The hatchery will not fall to that nuclear strike. It takes some serious critical damage, though. But really, at this point, MMA, at one point in the last minute, he was at 5 different places at once. And that is just pushing Stephano to the limit right now.
Yeah, Stephano, he's got such a good army, but he's been forced back to his base for so much. He's in such a defensive position right now. He can't take advantage of the great army that he has.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And right now, I don't know, man. He might just come down to the point where Stephano says, you know what? Shrug, I guess I'm just going to attack with everything and try to make something happen.
You know, we'll see. I mean, he's running out of resources. He's actually rebuilt his base on the left side of the map, so MMA might scout that a little bit later. We'll see how attentive he is. The nice thing for Stephano, though, is MMA is spending a lot on these ghosts and these nukes, and he needs to continue to do damage with them. If there comes a point in time where they become not worth it, that's going to give Stephano a good chance to get a decent army out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Right now, Stephano also trying to wait a little bit. I suppose he could wait to get the Ultras to regenerate their HP. He could also bring some Queens out to transfuse them up as well. There are some incognito spy agents here. They're bringing out some infested Terrans, trying to use the splash fire for the siege tanks.
Drawing the siege tank fire.
Oh, nice job. Picks off a tank essentially for free. Only lost a few infested Terrans and some Zerglings.
Yep, another drop in the main, but it's being handled by the infestors. Cloaked Ghost, though. Going towards that third base again. They have nukes in their pockets, and they're not afraid to use them.
No, they're definitely not, Doa. No. And they're going to spread out as well, so there's going to be 2 nukes going down at the same time. One at the third. It's on the way. There's 1 nuke coming at the natural as well. Stephano is just cornered inside his main now. He can't even walk out.
Yep. Oh, man, he needs to move his drones. Stephano! Oh, no!
And his army is running into this nuclear missile. He might get everything nuked here. The nuke is coming down.
This other nuke.
Oh, my God, Stephano, get away!
Oh, man, some Ultras getting singed, but still more damage. But the third base location, really taking a lot from those nukes. That is huge for MMA right now. A lot of drones lost there by Millennium Stephano.
By the way, there was a little bit of a real estate issue over at the 9 o'clock. It looks like the command center was able to win out the battle against the hatchery, though. So Stephano loses another base. He's also being dropped inside his main by 3 medevacs. His whole army is walking across the map now. What is Stephano going to do? Is he going to continue to play defensive, Doa? Or is he just going to go for a big, you know what, I don't care attack?
Stephano is really, really kind of becoming indecisive here. He doesn't know what to do. MMA with a very, very unique late game here, really using nukes to keep Stephano on his side of the map. He's like, all right, well, you can push, but I literally will just kill everything you own if you do. So Stephano just trying desperately to get those more bases going. But now he's in a position where, look at that production queue, he's having to spend his money on drones at the 26-minute mark, man. That is the last thing you want to be spending your money on.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Stephano
knows what the crowd likes.
Always a good sport, man. Always a good sport.
Yep.
You know what? I have never seen Stephano get into this kind of situation where he's making decisions that it seems like they're the right decision, but MMA is playing better. He's making better decisions. And Stephano is known for being a tactical warrior. He rarely ever messes up his decision-making when it comes to battle time. And this is one of those situations where Stephano's just getting outplayed.
Well, this has been such an interesting series here because we've seen MMA try to handle the late game in TVZ two very, very different ways. And now look at this. This entire time, he's just been building an army in the middle of the map, building a great defensive position. So even if Stephano pushes him to that point, he's still not going to get on the MMA side.
Yeah, and look at that. There are 5 sensor towers in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see all the circles being made right now on the mini-map, but that's definitely a little redundant.
MMA turning the map into his own personal Etch-a-Sketch. It's like...
That's quite a few sensor towers.
That could be the most sensor towers made by one player I've ever seen in my entire life, yeah.
It actually can, remember guys, that can be seen by the opponent on the mini-map as well. It's almost like the pylon heart.
Oh yeah, Stephano, I mean, he knows that MMA is way ahead right now. Oh, it looks like this MMA still has 4 nukes right now too.
Yeah, and it's going to be July the 4th, man, when the attack happens.
I think so.
Those 4 nukes are going to fall down all around the map. And you're right, dude. Right now, Stephano needs to think, do I make a huge attack? Do I continue to play this cat and mouse game and let him draw more circles on the map? We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just need more Ghost Academies at this point. 4 nukes is just not enough. Stephano here pushing in, trying to get into good position against those tanks, getting a couple of them.
Stephano decides to pull back, doesn't want to run his army down that choke, down that ramp. That's a good decision by him.
Wow, Stephano on the verge of elimination in MMA, making sensor towers. Just a ton of them right now.
Well, at this point, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe that's 9 to 10 sensor towers.
He'll really know if Stephano comes on that side of the map. No doubt.
Yeah, there's no problem.
If he misses that, I will be very disappointed in him. All right, so MMA still trying to push a little bit forward with this good position with the tanks here, drawing units into the siege tank fire even. That Infestor, he's like, can I join the Terran side maybe at this point?
Yeah, at this point, defection doesn't seem like a bad idea.
No kidding. He's like, I can fit Marine armor, no problem.
Oh, those ghosts for warriors, man. They're going in. They launch a couple of EMPs.
EMP doesn't quite hit. Too many Infestors. I think it maybe grazed one there. Stephano, though, being forced to attack through that very, very narrow choke, too.
Yeah, that choke is just not a position where Stephano can really engage at, and he's forced to play a defensive position here, where he has to continually absorb these attacks. And I mean, he can still, if he can get these incremental wins, he can still try to get back into it. There is a nuclear missile coming down right now.
Oh, Stephano going for it. He knows where the nuke is. He's going. Is MMA ready for this? Great position for MMA here, forcing the Ultras to attack through that tiny choke. Whoa! Those Infestors came very, very close to getting fried there.
Oh, there's a huge nuclear missile coming down, but Stephano is not going to allow himself to get nuked.
There he goes.
Not the 4th yet.
It looks like such a small group of units for MMA, but the position is just so great. The Ultras, though, maybe breaking through just a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, those Ghosts have launched all their sniper rounds. They were able to do so much damage, and now MMA will fall back, but the army that's left over for Stephano is ragtag now.
HD, the sensor towers are in danger.
Oh, no.
What is he going to do?
He's going to bring down the network.
If he loses those 5 sensor towers, he will only have like 6 left.
If he loses the sensor
towers,
towers,
what is he going to do then?
He's going to lose the game. He
I
will
know.
have no vision on the map.
Oh, the mannerist of mules.
Oh, no.
Yep. Make him dance. Come on.
Can mules dance?
Well, they can if you click back and forth really fast. It's called the mule dance. Zergling's trying to be like, take us away in your medevac, please. And another nuke possibly on the way from Stephano. Yep, there we go.
Oh, yeah, fungal those mules down, Stephano.
So close.
Not bad.
Yep, and does he see it?
Yeah,
does he see it? Oh, it doesn't matter. The ghost is going to die.
He will clean up that ghost. And, you know, Stephano just fighting now because he is the reigning champion. He can do whatever he damn well pleases.
That's right.
And he's making quite an entertaining match right now.
He is IPL3 champion, showing some great matches in this tournament so far. But it's looking like MMA is in a good spot to take this game, to say the least.
And Stephano's army starting to get whittled down. What you see is what you get. Nice EMP on those Infestors.
And that nuke may have gone unnoticed. Oh no, Stephano, I don't think he saw it. Oh, get out your barbecue pitchforks. And nice fungals on the bio. Ultra's doing as much as they can, but the supply continuing to dwindle for Stephano. Are we about to see our IPL3 champion knocked out of IPL4? 177 supply to just 58.
He's not giving up, man. He's staying. Oh, well, I was going to say staying alive, but can't say that.
That's it. There it is.
There it is.
GG. Well played. Good luck from Stephano. And Slayers MMA takes the match. He's going on to face Startail Squirtle in the next round. Brilliant, brilliant Terran versus Zerg play by Slayers MMA. Very well done.
And the remaining players now in the tournament, Nesty.
Look at that, Stephano. Such a banner guy there.
Yeah.
MMA's got